Paul Feyerabend was an Austrian philosopher of science whom you probably never heard of, who wrote a very important book way back in 1975 that you also probably never heard of, called Against Method. The theme of this book was exactly what the title suggests, which is the destruction of orthodoxy. He implored scientists to give up their rigorous methodologies and in-the-box thinking to break free, to think up new ideas, and to expand their creativity. Feyerabend felt that scientists were constrained by their own obsession with methodology, and he felt that the only way to really bring about scientific revolution was to destroy the models of the past and wildly explore ideas, most of which would be proven wrong, but some of which would really advance our knowledge of the universe. His ideas were incredibly prescient. If you look at string theory, which burgeoned about that time, these concepts, although very interesting, very compelling, and mathematically brilliant, have put a stranglehold on fundamental physics because it created its own orthodoxy. Unverifiable string theory has lurked in the essence of physics for far too long because people have considered it the new norm, and they haven't even been able to test it. Now, Feyerabend's ideas were also prescient in terms of what was coming, largely as a result of digital communication technology. With everyone having a smartphone, with social media exploding, all of a sudden everyone started to question the status quo like never before. And the real accelerator on this was the COVID pandemic, where institutions were shown to lie to us, where we felt as a general public that we were being manipulated, and this all of a sudden raised an enormous amount of skepticism toward any source of otherwise authoritative knowledge and fact. The good news in this is, going back to Feyerabend, that it opens up whole new possibilities for conversation, for exploration, and for understanding. When you no longer take the status quo as a given, new possibilities open up for really coming to understand things in fresh ways that go against tradition, that might in fact be a huge benefit to everyone. The downside, though, and here's the real problem, is the blanket elimination of any belief in anything factual and trustworthy anymore. We've really reached a point where all information is instantly suspect, and it's become polarized politically. The only truth that is true is the truth that's coming out of your own fearless leader, your own team captain, and everything else is bullshit. And we distrust the truth and information so much, and it's coupled with our nanosecond attention spans, that even when our own fearless leadership changes their mind day to day, hour to hour, we don't even flinch because we're suspicious of the truth itself. It doesn't matter what the facts are. It doesn't matter what's being said. It doesn't matter what we're seeing with our own eyes and hearing with our own ears, as long as our guy is saying it in the moment and fuck everybody else. So we need to recalibrate. We need to find a sense of balance between Feyerabend's recommendation and declaration that we should destroy methodology and wildly explore the truth, and this feeling that all truth and all fact are suspect. We need a foundation of agreed upon communication, agreed upon information, where there's no basis for us to even have a conversation anymore. And that's the real tragedy of what's going on, is because it's entered the political sphere to the degree that nobody trusts anything anymore, and we're all lost in the wilderness. And I'm not quite sure how to get this back. Maybe the only way this will happen is by introducing chaos, by everything just going wild. With a systemic breakdown in many of our institutions, the pendulum will swing the other way, where the price to be paid for destroying all method, where the price to be paid for not believing in anything anymore, is really a deterioration of our overall quality of life, begging us to go back to the good old days where we at least believed in basic truths that helped us keep our society together. I don't know. What do you think?